Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
God damn. Hello? I've been mute this whole time, huh? See, my computer restarted for some reason in the middle of the night. Wanted to update itself. Update these. God damn. Anyway, First 4 minutes, I basically just shouted out Cam Carter for LSU. Young man averaging almost 18 points, had 27 points in the game last night against Arkansas. Arkansas. I also said Arkansas doesn't deserve to be called Arkansas. I also said Pig Silly. Yeehaw. And then I said the folks at Arkansas and Tyson Chicken just dropped a lump sum of money in Calipari's lap. $8 million to be exact so far. $1 million signing bonus and $7 million per year. And you got to deal with this for 5 years. Or you could buy him out and pay 75% of the remaining years. I mean, if you fire him after this year, that's 28 million, 75% of 28 million. Let's just do a round number. This is off the top of my head, people. 21, 22 million, you'd have to pay him out. But what I was saying before I realized my mic was muted, apologize for that. I hope y'all stick around. Hope you don't cancel watching the whole show because you think I'm just going to be talking and you can't hear me. But we got to look on the bright side of this Arkansas deal, people. Yes, you have a losing coach. Yes, this year is wasted already. Yes, you're stuck with a Calipari who hasn't won jack shit in over a decade. And yeah, you have a John Calipari at Arkansas, which I know it don't make no damn sense what I'm saying. At Memphis, his only success came from Derrick Rose. I'm not going to speculate on how John Calipari got Derrick Rose, the greatest player to ever grace the court, to leave Chicago and come to Memphis instead of going to Illinois or some other program like even just say Duke or Kentucky. But he did it. Again, I'm not worried about paper bags around here. And then he goes to Kentucky. Don't know how he finessed that job. And Kentucky's the type of brand recruiting's pretty damn easy. If you're a 15-year-old kid, you get 6 letters. Syracuse. Kentucky. Hey, now. That's the big leagues as far as college basketball go. Duke, Kentucky, North Carolina, Kansas. Used to be UCLA. One of those schools reach out to you. That's the one you want. You want to go play at those colleges. So for Kentucky, it's easy to get the best players. All you got to do is say you want the best player. But at Arkansas, it's going to take some convincing. Imagine you got Duke, Kentucky, Arkansas, say Texas, Michigan. Quickly, it's Duke or Kentucky. Unless the kid just, like, it's a fluke chance. He's like, oh, I'm a Texas fan. I'm going to go wear that dark orange. Kentucky. That's the school people want to play at. That's the history. Not yet Arkansas. You don't have that power of recruiting. Also, you've proven this season. But you don't know what the hell you doing. You got arguably the best point guard in the nation in John L. Davis. Just took a team nobody ever heard about to the Final Four. And you got him sitting in the corner for a freshman, Boogie Flan. Boogie Flan, the kid is great. Special. But I definitely would take a senior John L. Davis over a freshman Boogie Flan. Without even thinking. I don't even care if Boogie Flan was cooking. John L. Davis all off season in practice. John L. Davis knows how to win games. He knows how to get his team involved. 12 assists total in last night's game. It's just some selfish ball being played down there. But again, as I was saying when my mic was muted, let's look at the bright side of this John Calipari contract. Here's some money you won't have to pay him. Tyson, Arkansas. $50,000 if a team appears in NCAA tournament. Keep that money in your pocket. Here's another incentive. $100,000 if the team advances to the round of 32. They're not even making it to the tournament. Blase, 250,000 for the Sweet 16, 350,000 for the Final Four, and $500,000 in the national championship. 500, 850, 250, that's 11, 12. That's close to 13,000. No, $1.3 million. You'll never have to pay John Calipari because he will never win a national championship in Arkansas Red. I mean, he's shown it. He shows up to post-game conferences saying shit like, I don't even know what's going to happen. Who the hell we play next? Damn, I was hoping we'd play Wednesday. I got a cribbage tournament on Tuesday, but I guess we got a game on Tuesday. I guess I'll go coach a game on Tuesday. All I knows is it was going to be on the road because we've been at home the last two. To me, it sounds like that old man that's gotten comfortable in the, finally after 6, 7, 8 months, he's gotten comfortable in the old folks home routine. Hey, Grandpa, how you doing? Well, I was hoping we'd get pudding on Wednesday, but we gonna get the pudding on Tuesday this week, cause I mean I knew it was gonna be pudding, cause the last 2 days have been Jello. But I'm doing good. Don't know what's coming next, but I sure as hell know what that I ain't feeling too good right now. That's John Calipari in a nutshell. Anyway, LMAO, as the kids say. Probably don't say that. NT more. Great show for you. Recapping all the action from Super Tuesday. That's last night. Again, I apologize for the muted mic the first 4 minutes. Hopefully, you stuck around. After we recap last night, we're going to preview the amazing, the beautiful, the spectacular games tonight. Give out 5 bets later. Also, an appearance from my guy Franklin. Earl Beardwinaton with his best bet of the damn day. Think he's going Big Ten action, huh? All right. Let's recap last night. Captain by a hook with the red beard. Presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs. Going live on a fantastic Wednesday, the 16th, 15th. Hey now, don't get ahead of yourself. The 15th day of the year. Auburn, baby. No Janiah Broome. Who gives a hot ham? They took Mississippi State to the jungle and left them for dead. No, I'm kidding. No. Trying to do a maniacal laugh. Got a little too into it. Auburn, 88-66. That's a 22-point victory. They were laying 7.5 last night against Mississippi State. Auburn, 4-0 in SEC play. The exact opposite of Arkansas of 16-1 going down. Man. Duke, the Blue Devils, they're 7-0 now in ACC play. This team continues winning and they continue winning by a whole hell of a lot. How much did they win by? A whole hell of a lot. 89-54. That's a 35-point win over the Miami Hurricanes, who are now 0-6 in ACC play. Alabama. They were 3-0 going into last night in conference play. They took on Mississippi. Chris Beard in the gang. They were 3-0 going into last night. Only one remained undefeated, and it was not the home team, the Crimson Tide. It was old Mississippi. Now 4-0 in SEC play. Now 15-2 on the season. I gave them out to win the SEC at 32-1. Don't matter yet, but hot ham. I told you this team would be good. That's all I'm saying. I'm not one of those people that thinks, well, another plus 700. Got to be a good bet. It's not a good bet till it wins. But last night, Malik Dia, why you acting like a? That's some old school stuff. Probably too old for this audience. Malik Dia of Ole Miss, got to give flowers where flowers are due. 23 points, 19 rebounds in the 10-point win over Alabama. Ole Miss doing it on defense. Alabama averaging 91 points a game. Boom, 64. Stop them at the door, bouncer. Tell them they can't get in. Ole Miss steals a game on the road against Alabama, and they remain undefeated in SEC play. I believe there's only 2 teams left that's undefeated in SEC play. Let me check my number. Ole Miss and Auburn, both 4-0. 1, 2, 3. 3 teams 3-1. 2 teams 2-1, and a bunch of 2-2s down there. But Auburn and Ole Miss sitting up top together. Duke. That's Auburn. Thought I was on Ole Miss. I say Duke's their only loss. Purdue beat them by 2. And then Memphis, dog walking. Forgot about that Memphis game. But Ole Miss, since that loss to Memphis, 12-point win over Georgia, holding them to 51. Slapped Arkansas, that don't really matter. Slapped LSU by 12. And then they go on the road to Alabama and beat them by 10, holding them to 64 points. I'm not saying nothing, but I will tell you this. Ole Miss is the real damn deal. I forgot their names. The real deal, like, dang, what was their names? Like Floyd Henderson and Lewis Hines. I don't know how many people are going to get that one. Oh, man. The real deal, baby. Ole Miss is the real deal, like Floyd Henderson and Lewis Hines. Soul Man movie. One of the funniest movies ever. Anyway, Missouri. They went to Florida. Florida. Supposed to be fantastic. I ain't going to put too much on it. I told y'all yesterday Missouri is a good damn school. Missouri went up early, 50-34 at the break. And even though Florida outscored them by 15 in the second half, Missouri held on to win by 1. 83-82 win for Missouri. Missouri now 3-1 in SEC play. This SEC is deep as hell. Missouri also 14-3 on the season. A little under the radar team from Mizzou, the Tigers. Marquette, I call them Quetta. They're now 15-2, advanced to 6-0 in the Big East. Let me wipe the sweat off of my brow. The 13.5-point favorites won by 2 in overtime. If I had to guess, it looks like it went to 2 overtimes. Just 1 overtime. There's a lot of points in 5 minutes. 18 points for Marquette. They get the win over DePaul. 0-7 now in Big East play. Kentucky improves to 3-1. They turkey dog whoop Texas A&M in Lexington. Rupp Arena was erupting because of erupting. Anyway, Kentucky 81-69 win over Texas A&M, a very good A&M team. You don't get an 11 by your name unless you're that damn good. Illinois. Also, shout out to Kentucky for covering. Shout out to Illinois for covering. Arkansas. Only loss of the day yesterday. San Diego State, I'll get to later, also covered with ease. Illinois. 94-69 win. Indiana fans walking out at halftime after they were down 60-32. Yeah. It got oogly boogly in Indiana. Shout out to the one person that commented on my TikTok. Are you money line? That's how he looked. Are you money line? I don't know. I don't know who he is. Didn't have a picture. Are you money line? Go ahead, bro. Do your damn thing. Wisconsin. Wish I would have watched this game. Heard it was a funky finish. Wisconsin 70, Ohio State 68. Told you Ohio State to keep it close, bro. I knew Wisconsin wasn't covering no damn 6-7 points in this game. Ohio State, another heartbreaker. Come down from 17-point deficit at the half to almost win it. That's just Ohio State's last 2 seasons, bro. 10-7 could easily be 15-2. 2-4 in Big Ten could easily be 4-2, at least 3-3. Hell. Bruce Thornton, 21 points for Ohio State in the loss. Arizona, 8-5. No. They were like 6-5 at one point. They're now 11-5, 5-0 in Big 12 play. Hey, they say it's all about when you get hot. They say it's all about winning in your conference play. Non-conference games are huge for smaller schools. Talking Memphis, McNeese, Dayton, all these teams that don't have a strong conference. You're playing in the Big 12. Who gives a damn about non-conference? Every game in the Big 12 is a quad 1 or 2, prove it or lose it game. Arizona, 5-0 now in Big 12. Impressive win last night. They held Baylor to 19 first half points. Went to the break up 42-19. Beautiful game from our Arizona. Arizona 81-70, 11-point win over Baylor. Villanova. They went down to Xavier. Xavier had to get their get back, and they did. Behind Ryan Conwell Jr. for Indianapolis. He had 34 points last night in 31 minutes. The kid was on a tear. Shot the ball 61% too. Xavier, they get the 6-point win over Villanova. I saw this game going viral, and I just smiled. East Carolina took on North Texas, the Mean Green basketball playing machines. R.J. Felton had 30 points for East Carolina, but it wasn't enough. Aiton Wright had 22 points for North Texas. North Texas minus 3.5. Cha-ching. Shout out to the captain. Anyway, the funny thing about this game, I guess the whole world, it went viral or something. I don't know why y'all be taking bets off a Reddit post. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Get it how you live, bro. But the whole world was in shambles over the under 127 in a hook. Apparently the clock ran out. It said final. Next thing you know, there's 0.5 seconds left. The kid, for no damn reason at all, down 12. Just chucks a full court shot. And he didn't even look like he tried. He just, man, whack, slap, batter, do. The over hit under betters in shambles on X. Shout out to them. If you're betting under 127, hate to say it, you deserve a good heartbreak every now and then. It's a low scoring ass game. Chucky Hepburn for Louisville led the way. Syracuse defense did not show up. 85-61, Louisville ran them out the gym. Chucky Hepburn, 24 points, 7 assists for the Cardinals. Louisville, don't look now, 6-1 in ACC play. After the loss to Tennessee, everybody kind of just said, we'll check on Louisville next year. Pat Kelsey in the game. They're 13-5 now, 6-1 in ACC play. I gotta look real quick just for my own damn. That's tied for second. You got Duke 7-0, Clemson, Louisville 6-1, and then you got Wake Forest and North Carolina at 4-1. Man, they beat North Carolina, they beat Virginia, they beat Clemson, they beat Pitt. All of those schools, good schools. They're on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're on a 7-game win streak since falling to Kansas. Only loss in ACC play is to Duke, and that was only by 8. Hats off to the Louisville Cardinals. St. John's, the Johnnies, they ran Georgetown out the gym in the second half. Georgetown was up 10 at the break. End up losing by 5. St. John, 6-1 in Big East play, 15-3 on the season. Shout out to Rick Pitino. Rick Pitino. Creighton, baby. I love this bet. Should have gave it out. Ended up taking their money line in a parlay. Don't parlay, people. Parlays are for losers. I do one every now and again. Probably 3 a month. I don't know. Can't shake it. But always a loser. Always a loser. But anyway, not because of Creighton, because of Florida. Creighton, 84-64. They win by 20 over Providence. Cover with ease. Ryan Kalkbrenner, 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 blocks. The kid's special. Creighton, starting to find their wheels. Texas Tech, I thought I told you. Kansas State, 2 butt cheeks and a crack. All they missing is the hole. They can't find the hole. 57 points, 24 points in the second half alone. Kansas State, 7-9, 1-4 in Big 12. That's what happens when you pay millions and millions and millions of dollars to scrubs. Coleman Hawkins, Doug McDaniels. I ain't gonna get into it. Doug McDaniels, he played for a 3-17 Michigan team last season. I'm not gonna get into the kid too much. Shout out to them, bro. Get in the damn bag. Shout out to Gucci Mane. BYU 85-69 win over Oklahoma State. Clemson 70-59 over Georgia Tech. Boise State walking the dog. They're now 5-2 in Mountain West play. 96-55 victory over Wyoming. LSU slapped that all on the floor. Sent Arkansas home crying. I think that win, and I'm not telling y'all F Arkansas, but I'm not saying let's bet Arkansas next. But I think maybe this win slapped John Calipari hard enough where he's like, hold on, I got a coach. The only problem is, never seen John Calipari coach well. I don't know if that makes sense. They've never won because of Calipari. It's always been because he just let players do what the hell they want to do. And the players is Derrick Rose, Anthony Davis, Boogie Cousins, Devin Booker, John Wall, De'Aaron Fox. I mean, the list goes on. It's never because of Cal. Anyway, I already talked too much about Arkansas. F them. New Mexico, they fought a San Jose State. Yikes! Their first Mount West loss. New Mexico now 6-1 in the Mount West. They lose by 1 last night. A heartbreaker, 71-70. You say Nevada, I say Nevada. They win 68-62 over Air Force USC. Now 3-3 in Big Ten play after beating Iowa by 10 last night. Iowa 3-3 as well in Big Ten play. 90s NBA scoring in that one, 99-89. San Diego State, I threw the bait. They took the hook, and I'm eating fish tonight. San Diego State, 75-60. They covered a 6.5 with ease. Central Florida, now 3-2 in Big 12 play after slapping the Sun Devils of Arizona State. Arizona State, the opposite of Arizona, had a great non-conference, and since Big 12 play is now 1-4, while Arizona's 5-0. Damn dandy of a damn game. A damn Tuesday night. I was at a local high school gym watching the future of our sport. I think I saw 3 kids with some promising talent. Uh, just a little undersized. Always sucks. It's like, damn, that kid can make it. 5'9" senior. But anyway, had 5 bets. I switched books, and the one thing I hate about this book, when the line moves, they just take your shit out the bet slip. Like, bro, I'm gonna slap the shit out your ass. Anyway, let's preview tonight's games. Before I give out those 5 betterooskies. A lot of good ones, a lot of big spreads that I'm not scared of, but a lot of big spreads tonight that I'm not gonna take, even though I like the team to win, and I kind of like them to cover. But let's start off with Vanderbilt. The the Vander, no, the house that Vanderbilt. I don't know. They're taking on South Carolina. South Carolina plus 9.5 would be my play there. At 9.5 is just too big in my opinion for that game. But I'm going to stay away. Not gonna touch it. You get Wake Forest minus 7.5. I actually love this bet. It's plus even money right now. If I had to take this game, it'll be Wake Forest over Stanford, laying the 7.5. Seton Hall taking on Butler, 8.5. It's a little too big for me on either one of these teams. Butler's laying the 8.5 tonight. I'm gonna stay away, but I don't know. Butler might win this game by 30, but I don't know. 8.5 just feels too big. My number's around 5.5, 6. Uh, Duquesne, they're plus 3.5 against George Washington. George Washington has been surprising some teams, but I think Duquesne can be a sneaky underdog tonight at plus 150 on the money line. But don't do it, people. Don't do it. North Carolina, take your shirt off. Wave it around the head like a helicopter. On fire since ACC conference play started. They're taking on California, who I had high hopes for coming into this season. Kind of let me down. However, 14.5, way too big for me to lay with North Carolina at this time. Wouldn't be surprised if they win by 20, but I think it's going to be more of a 7 to 10 point victory. I think North Carolina, uh, I think they kind of run away with it. Cal kind of creeps back in, and then 2 minutes left. It's a 9 point game, and call a timeout because they think they got something, and then North Carolina just cruises to victory the rest of the way. 14.5, too big for me to take on North Carolina, but I do like them to win comfortably. Rich what? Richmond. They're taking on the St. Bonaventure. St. Bonnies laying 12.5 against Richmond. Way too big for that game. Love the Bonnies to win by about 5 to 8. Damn sure don't think they get this game by double digits. Damn sure don't think, excuse me, they win this game by 13 or more. North Carolina State taking on Virginia Tech. If I had to bet it, just give me North Carolina State on the money line, minus 120 on the road against Virginia Tech. North Carolina State, don't love them. Don't hate them. Honestly, don't even want to think about them. So I'm not gonna bet it. Just gonna stay away. Florida Atlantic. They're going down to the Big Easy, taking on a Tulane, the Green Wave. The Green Wave as home dogs intrigues me, but Florida Atlantic has proven they can play with the big boys. Florida Atlantic minus 2.5. If I had to flip a quarter on this one, I would hope it lands on Tulane, and I would take the Green Wave plus 115 on the money line. But way too scary for me to put my money on it. Michigan State, yes, my Michigan State Spartans. They're at home tonight against Penn State. Michigan State, nothing has made me happier the last few months outside of my personal life. Nothing sports wise has made me happier the last few months than watching Michigan State walk the damn dog. Shout out to my Spartans, man. Love this team. Only team that makes the heart flutter. Anyway, they're laying 11.5 tonight. Just, I don't want to get comfortable laying 11.5, 12.5 with Michigan State. Did it last week twice. Took them at big numbers. They covered both those games. Penn State, a little tougher of competition compared to Washington, let's say. Michigan State laying 11.5. Probably going to end up with it between you and me. But I don't want to. I just want to watch as a fan and hope they win. Uh, but I'm probably going to lay it 11.5. It's Michigan State or nothing in this game for me. Just feels a little too big for my liking. I don't like that Michigan State's going from 3.5 point favorites to now they're laying 12-11 on a regularity. Anyway, Utah, the Utes, they're taking on TCU, Texas Christian, the Froghorns. TCU laying 4.5 at home. I like it, but I think this is going to be a 1 point game. Utah plus the points if I had to. West Virginia, this line's already moved. They're taking on Houston. Houston was laying 17.5. Now they're laying 18.5. Money coming in on H-Time. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought West Virginia was a fluke as well. I think they keep this game close. I think they have a shot with about 5 minutes left. And by a shot with 5 minutes left, they're only down 4-6. Single digit game. And I think Houston walks away with it. But 18.5, man. But this is one of those things where it's like, all right. But then you beat Kansas. I don't know. If you could beat Kansas at Kansas, you can keep it within 18.5 against Houston. Will they? That's another story. Houston's defense is a different level. But man, I'm not laying 18.5. I'll just say that. If I had to take that game, it'll be West Virginia. I was about to call them their old nickname, but can't do it. Now that Huggins is gone. Georgia, they've been on fire. Even got a number by their name now. 23rd ranked in the nation, Georgia taking on number 6 ranked Tennessee at home. Tennessee's laying 11.5. Uh, again, I just think this number's too big. A lot of games today, I just don't like how big the number is. Would love to take Tennessee in this spot minus 5.5, 7.5, 11.5 against a Georgia team that's proven they can play. I just gotta stay away and watch Tennessee beat them by 30. Rhode Island, they're plus 3.5 against Loyola Chicago. If I didn't have a future on Rhode Island winning this damn conference, I'd probably bet them every game. Plus 3.5, like it a lot. Like Rhode Island outright, plus 135 on the money line. If I was gonna bet this though, I would take the points plus the 3.5. Just take the points, bro. When they win by 3-6. When they lose by 1-5. Plus 3.5 is a great bet, I believe, on Rhode Island tonight. I already got 5 bets placed. And I know I'm gonna bet Michigan State. So, and also I like some more games other than Rhode Island that I'm not betting. Like Cincinnati, they're laying 3.5 on the road, taking on Colorado. Colorado, I love Cincinnati minus the 3.5. But Colorado, man, they either get you or they don't. If they don't, you win by 20. If they get you, you lose by 10. I don't know what Colorado team we're gonna see. So for that, I'm gonna stay away from it. SMU taking on Virginia. You can get the ponies minus 5.5. Man, I'm a sucker for Virginia. They just been getting that ass whooped left and right, and I still want to bet them plus 5.5 at home. I'm staying away for that reason alone. SMU probably the best bet in that game. Not the best bet of the day, just in that game. If I like Virginia. That's how I'm starting to feel about Virginia. If I like Virginia, fade they ass. Anyway, Texas, Oklahoma. Last game we're going to talk about before we get to the bets. Texas on the road, plus money against Oklahoma. Texas desperately needs this win. So does Oklahoma. Two desperate teams in a Big 12 rivalry. Now the SEC rivalry. Who the hell gives a damn? Get y'all asses back in the Big 12, if you ask me. But that's only if you ask me. In the words of Lil Rob. Ha ha. To the point when the sun goes down and the ums and the pound and the... Next to the Pacific, to be specific. Y'all don't know about that Lil Rob. Anyway, I like Texas just because they plus money, but I don't give a damn about that game. Let's get into these hot ham bets. These rootin' tootin' bets. Having too much fun out here, baby. Too much fun. It's Captain by a hook. Hook 'em, Johnny. Where yeah, we're gonna start off with George Mason. They're taking on Dayton. This thing's got a little bit of juice on it, but I ain't tripping. Minus 120, minus 7.5. Give me Dayton minus 7.5. Almost the best bet of the day. Missed it by an inch. But I like Dayton by double digits tonight over George Mason. Give me Dayton minus 7.5. Kansas, Iowa State. Two of the top 10 teams in the nation. Kansas has found their footing lately. Iowa State never lost it. 14-1. Iowa State is. Just beat Texas Tech by 1. Beat Utah, Baylor, Colorado by a whole hell of a lot. This team's the real deal. Looks like their only loss is a 2-point loss to Auburn. So trust me when I say this is a strictly numbers bet. You give me Kansas at plus 230 on the money line. Hot ham I'm in. I'm going to take it. Who says Kansas cannot beat Iowa State tonight? Give me Kansas plus 230 on the money line on the road at Iowa State. What game's on ESPN tonight? That's bumped to ESPN2. Anyway, Kansas. Excuse me. Ooh. On the money line. We got to scroll for the next one. Pittsburgh, baby. They're taking on Florida State. Pittsburgh's on the road. Pittsburgh, feisty team. Give me Pittsburgh minus 2.5 on the road, taking on Florida State. I also thought about just eating the juice on this one and taking the money line just to be a little safer. Minus 145. But I'm just going to take the minus 2.5. I think they win by at least 5. It is going to be a close one. This is going to be a sweater. But I'm a better. Give me Pittsburgh minus 2.5 on the road at Florida State. A lot of road teams. I think I bet all road teams tonight except for Dayton. Yikes. Am I right? Late game. Utah State, baby. They're taking on the running Rebels of Las Vegas. I got this at 4.5. Still like it at 5.5. Give me Utah State by double digits tonight on the road at UNLV. That's Utah State minus 5.5. Now for the best bet of the damn day, I need somebody. Anybody. Hit me with the horn. Jam it. Shout out to Mike Lowry. Love that song. Love those horns. Franklin Earl. Beardwinaton. Best bet of the damn day. Washington, a team that I believe should be in the WCC instead of the Big Ten. Washington, get them the hell out of my face. Sick and tired of seeing this team lose by 50. With that being said, give me Purdue, -7 and a hook. Washington, get the hell up out the Big Ten. You do not belong on the basketball court with these teams. Give me Purdue, -7 and a damn hook. That's the best better today, people. Captain by a hook with the red beard. Presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. Recap these bets before we get the hell up on out of here, out of yonder. We're going to go Dayton at home, taking on George Mason. Dayton, -7.5 there. We're going to go Kansas on the road on the money line. A little nail biter for the new timers. Give me Kansas, +230 on the money line. That's right, on the money line. Taking a shot in the dark, people. Pittsburgh, -2.5, taking on Florida State. Give it to me, baby. And then Utah State, -5.5, taking on the running Rebels of Las Vegas. That's UNLV. And then the best bet of the damn day. Give me the Boilermakers. Purdue skis, -7.5, taking on the horrible Washington Huskies. How you like that? How you like me now? Gold teeth on our smile. Bling. I was about to rap the whole bling bling song. I ain't ready for that. You don't even know that. Every time I come around the city, pinky ring, word about 50. Blink. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love. And thank you for the support. It's Captain Bow Hook with the red beard. Presented by Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. I'm Rowan Donaghy, a.k.a. Rowan Dobbs, going live on the 15th day of the year. Please take all of these wagers at your own risk. And please, please gamble responsibly. Dobbs. See you MNFers tomorrow. JCP will be here. And we'll be talking some football. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weekend of NFL playoffs. And of course, the big game in college football on Monday. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow. It'll be a blast as always. Had a blast.